What's up? We are back with a very simple, very adaptable crowd pleaser, a feta herb dip. So this is something that I have at most of my parties on kind of a meze platter. It's great with crudité vegetables, with crackers. It's fabulous on a sandwich or grilled bread. And it's like deceptively simple to make it. It seems, maybe it doesn't seem hard, but the flavors are so complex because we have so many fabulous herbs in there that it seems like a higher degree of difficulty than it actually is. What we're doing is tossing a bunch of feta and a bunch of herbs and some black pepper, a little bit of olive oil in either a food processor or like a high-speed blender. It's very easy, y'all. So this is the kind of thing where like, I like to keep it loose, keep it adaptable. I don't have specific quantities for this. I want to encourage you to loosen your grip on any tendency you might have to really need to know how much of everything, and just kind of play. See what happens. We're gonna need, for me, it looks like about 1.5 cups of feta separated from the brine. We're doing a handful each of cilantro, of basil, I'm looking to make sure I remember, of mint, of tarragon, and then on the side, I want you to chop about 10 scallions. We're not gonna toss that immediately into our blender or food processor because they get really slimy. So chop those ones by hand. That's really it, y'all. I'm gonna toss all of this into my Vitamix and it's gonna pulverize it very quickly and make it a smooth dip. If you're using a food processor, I would first, apart from the scallions, set the scallions aside, chop up all of your herbs in your food processor till they're like somewhere between a rough chop and a fine chop. And then add your feta, add in the scallions, add a few cracks of black pepper, and then let it go on high until it's decently smooth. If you have neither of those things and you want to do it by hand, completely possible. Just chop all of the herbs and then chop them pretty finely. And then I would just add all your feta and your herbs into a mixing bowl and then use like a potato masher or something like that and get it well incorporated and kind of smooth. You want it to be a little bit smooth and kind of aerated. So let's do it. The only other thing that I will mention is depending on your feta, you may or may not want to add salt. So just taste it after you've kind of incorporated all of the ingredients we've already talked about. Okay, let's take a look. So you have your feta cheese, you have your herbs, you've tossed them in your Vitamix or your food processor. You're adding some glugs of olive oil, some cracks of black pepper. Then you're gonna let it run and you want it to get nice and smooth like so. That's it, let's serve it. So I like a kind of loose rustic presentation. So I swirl in some ridges, toss in some extra chopped herbs, a couple drizzles of olive oil. So this is, like kind of super loose, not super polished, but feel free to make it so. But here you are, ready to eat. That's it, y'all. Let's have a quick taste. I remember I didn't add any salt. And for me, that's perfect because I had a salty feta. Couple of cracks of black pepper, just do to taste to your preference. And that's all. Play with the herbs that you use. Have this as an anytime thing, have it for a party. And we'll be back soon with some more rice and some more dips. Nisha John.